Right. Looks, that's all right. Slider working there. Feel like I don't know if this is big enough, but I think it could be. I think it doesn't need to be. It's not going to be carrying a whole heap of weight. I think it's one of those things that we'll just kind of try it, find out. I could make this a bit longer. That's the one that I feel like I could make. I was really confusing perspective there for a second. Couldn't quite see what was going on. Back, clamp, and post. Yeah, so really we got to go back until this. Okay, so it's this pad here, which determines. So we go length 115, add a little bit more to it. Let's see, that goes around the wrong. This is where we start running into that. This is where we start running into issues. I think instead of adjusting an existing pad, I think the best way to do this one is because that's going to affect everything at the back there. So I think the best way to adjust the length of this here is to actually add a new pad out the other direction. I think I'm going to revert. And then I'm going to go back into here. And we'll try that again, except this time I'm just going to grab the surface here. And I'm going to go back into Art Design Workbench, and I'm going to pad that out. Get an active body. See, it breaks a whole bunch of stuff for some reason. I'm not sure how much it breaks though. I don't think it's too bad, but I mean, I guess we'll find out, right? So what about this? Like, can we move this if we go into the assembly? Right, okay. So something's become ungrounded. Tablet mount and post. I think it's that. So object to ground, back clamp and post. We'll reground that. Joint 001 is unconnected to a grounded part, so it is ignored. Joint 001. I don't have a joint 001. I've got joints 001. I've done something random and dragged it. Strange. Is it this? Like... I don't know if I'm dragging around the view or the object here. So, we go tablet mount and post, recompute. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of fixed it. Oh, no, it didn't. Fix the other message. So joint 001 is unconnected. So how do I find joint 001? What is this? That's joint 002. So joint 001, I think, is the... maybe that? Yeah. Joint 001. That's it. Is unconnected to a grounded part, so it is ignored. So, maybe what I need to do back clamp and post. Back clamp and post go out of the allowed scope grounded joint 002. Instead, the objects reside within assembly 002. Right, so what I'm doing here is it's cross assembly joining, which is causing a problem. Which seems weird because I want this part attached to here, but I want this part as its own assembly as well, because I want to be able to turn this whole thing off. I just want to be able to get rid of that, and I want to be able to look at this as a separate assembly where we can just, you know, slide this forward and back as we wish. So, doing all sorts of crazy stuff here. Why don't we get rid of the slider? Access violation. Jeez. I think something kind of funky's going on here with this. I'm not sure I like it. I think I think that I'm gonna have to restart the restart FreeCAD. I think I just saved it. That might have been a mistake. Yeah. Okay. Saved. All right, let's go back into the assembly workbench. So we've got this grounded joint here, which is the back clamp and post. And I'm assuming that's a legal thing to do. In the hierarchy, like it's down lower in the hierarchy. Now we can maybe not then go out of the allowed scope grounded joint 002 rides with it. 2. Maybe this isn't how you can use it. I mean, I could do a shape binder, I suppose. Like, what we could do is bring across the black back clamp. Black and back clamp and post. Yikes, man. Okay, so we can do that. And now, the thing is, in here, is there like a shape binder thing? Is there the equivalent to a shape binder in assembly? I mean, I guess maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way, you know? Maybe I shouldn't have these as separate assemblies. I mean, maybe that's my problem. I mean, this glass and frame feels like it. No, even that, because that's going to complain because I'm going to use this, right? So if I go, you know, we've got a grounded joint, but I need a grounded joint in order to create joints in this assembly. So if I delete that, I'm not going to be able to create anything except for a grounded joint. So yeah, I think I've misunderstood the kind of... So I think we need to get rid of this glass and frame assembly. Wait a minute. What the heck happened there? Delete its content as well. Yes. Now it pulls all these things out of there. What the heck? What is all this? Why is it pulling all that out? Oh, this is bizarre. Okay. And this is where you can't tell if FreeCAD's broken or I'm doing something wrong here. I want to remove this assembly. Like I want to get rid of this thing. I want to delete it, but I don't want to delete anything. Okay, so I'm going to delete that joint there. Oh, it's maybe because it was linked to that. So maybe, no, there was nothing linked. I doubt this is, I don't know. Let's see if this works. The heck, that's so... Right, so we'll take the tablet mount and post. You know what? I think we're going to delete all of these. That still does the same thing. That's so weird. What is going on with that? Why? What if I delete them separately? Strange, eh? So it's complaining now that there's a sketch that's broken. Nah, this is kind of messed up. jeez. Okay, I've got myself into a bit of a pickle. I mean, I don't want to touch any of this stuff. I don't want to touch these parts, and I shouldn't, like, deleting an assembly should not affect anything outside of the assembly. I've just brought stuff into this assembly. So why would deleting the assembly, which is linking to parts? See, that one's fine. Glass holder mount there. If I delete that, that's what screws it up. I get this weird, and that as well. Why is this assembly screwing everything up so badly? I can delete glass fine. I can delete that fine. Delete that fine. Delete that. I can't delete that. Is that because, oh, that's an old feature I deleted ages ago, right? So that doesn't actually exist anymore. Aha. Well, no, it does. And the one I don't want is glass holder. Okay, this is... Oh. Go to linked object. So if I delete that, what does it do to the linked object? Nothing. I don't need glass holder top anymore, because that's top bottom. I decided were the same, and glass holder mount. So like I should be able to delete. The following objects might break. Sketch 001. So if I've created a sketch on some item which I shouldn't have. Maybe this here. Attachment support. YZ plane. External geometry binder. Vertex 7. Which I thought came from top and bottom. Right, I get it. I get it. Dependency hell. So, do the glass holder mount. What we're going to do, we'll just edit the attachment here. And we'll go back into model. We'll enable the origin on this. And now back in the sketch, we're going to select the plane, which will be this YZ plane 004, not 005. That should fix that. So now I should be able to delete the glass and frame without any issues. And we're good. We're back to square one. Okay, so gotta be super careful what you're linking stuff to. It's like... Alright, so basically, I mean, I'm starting again with the assembly here, which is a bit of a pain, but you know. And I mean, maybe part of their error. I mean, let's Google it, right? FreeCAD, whoops, FreeCAD 1.0 nested assembly, multiple parts assembly tutorial. For December 2020, so that's well before 1.0. It's not currently possible. Multiple parts assembly tutorial. Treating sub-assemblies as rigid is good because it sees only one extra part. If the sub-assembly is to be flexible, then the solver now sees all the sub-assembly parts and joints added to top-level parts and joints. Increases computation greatly. And the complete assembly is modeled as a mechanism of rigid sub-assembly. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Actually, we're going to try that. We're going to try that. We're going to... Okay, this is what we're going to do. So we've got our little iPad here. Or our little iPad, alright. We're going to go into this assembly. We're going to add some parts to the assembly. So for now, what I want to add is... If checked, the inserted sub-assemblies will not be flexible. Rigid means that the sub-assembly will be considered as a solid. Flexible means that the sub-assembly joints will be taken into account in the main assembly. So sub-assemblies are fine, you can do them, because it's literally saying it in the tooltip. You can change this property of sub-assemblies at any time by right-clicking them. Alright, well let's go and add I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to start again. I'm going to do it in the correct order. We're going to go glass first, and we're going to add that as grounded. And then we're going to go glass holder side times 2, glass holder top bottom times 2, and glass holder mount times 1. I didn't need to rotate that glass. Placement, we can just put that back to 0. Right, so that guy's grounded. We can get rid of the parts for that now, and we can drag all the assemblies into place. So let's go onto the top, drag this into place. Now I'm not going to mess around with this time. I'm actually going to do it properly. I think X, what about -2? No. 0.6. 0.6. Hard to know. I'm going to start at 0.6. I'm going to start like this. See how we go. And then, why did it do that? I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you to move that. What is this getting in my way as well? It's some origins. So I really don't want to see those. What origins am I looking at? That one. Is that it? Okay, that was it. Okay, so glass holder side. So I should be able to adjust this. But it's kind of weird, like when I click on the arrow. Okay, let's just get rid of the glass, maybe. Will help. Glass holder side. It like doesn't select the arrow. A little annoying. Okay. Oh, maybe I need to do this a more manual way. We'll go Z. Oh, not the glass, thank you. We want to do that one. Bring that down to 0. Yeah, I almost feel like 0 is where it should be. Maybe not. We'll just do this. We'll just go 0.5, negative 0.5. And yeah, we'll stick to that for now. Okay, this side though, we want to rotate around 180 degrees. We're going to drag this roughly into place. And we're going to go 229.5, 0.6. We're going to go 3, 6. Oh, excuse me. 4, sure. And then 58. But 58's not going to be. It's going to be nowhere near. Why does it do that? It like shifts it out a little bit when you drag it up and down. Now it's forgotten all those measurements. Oh no, it hasn't. So if we go 0, that's cool. All right, we'll lock that in. And now we're gonna grab the bottom one. We'll get rid of this iPad for now. Grab this. And chuck it down the bottom. This one, we should be able to see pretty accurately. X 0. Yeah. Hard to tell if that's in line. I think it is. Because the color was throwing me off. And is it? It's an equal gap around there, right? Yeah, so I think we got that positioning okay, and then we're gonna do this one to the top. Bring that across like that. It's all rough for now. upside down. So this one, we want, we say 4 X. I don't know. What's this one saying? 179. Point 6. Okay. So this here, we need to move X to 0. And I think that is our glass mount. So now we need to attach mount to the bottom of the frame. We're just going to go full left here. Now, I never ended up giving this any tolerance, manufacturing tolerance. So that is a bit of a problem, I think, to do. So what if we just put this at 0? What if we put that at 0? Now this is in the middle. So in theory, what I should be able to do, get the length of this, which is 80. So 40. So we're in 40 already. Halfway along that, whatever that distance is. Or if this 100 nominal distance 236.10. 236.10 divided by 2 is 118.05. $118.05 78.05. Damn it, and I touched the freaking... Why do I keep closing my calculator all the time? I need it. There's no history yet. I literally was just using it. I don't know. Alright, let's go left. I have no idea what's happening with this positioning right now. It is not centered. That's all I know. It's pretty weird, eh, how that works. I don't know what it's doing. a little bit annoying. So I just want to place this exactly the right place, obviously. See, like, why? Look at the Y changing. Why does the Y change like that? Isn't it? Really strange. I don't get what it's trying to do here. I mean, maybe I could take this out and put it in again and see what happens. So, that's... anyway, glass holder mount. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, it kind of puts it in the right place there. And it's actually... okay. So I think in terms of X... we just need to move it however long that is, which is 229. Divided by 2. Minus 40. We should be sweet. We are. Nice. All right, let's save that. And we have ourselves some kind of assembly. Now, the problem is here is I've gone and... so this is like, okay. Yeah, glass and frame. So we're back to square... we're literally back to square one again right now. Okay. So let's get out of here. Let's unselect glass and frame. We're in TelePunk. So what I'm confused about is what do you add an assembly to? Is it a part? Limit of 1 root assembly per file. Okay, that does make sense. So, right. So we'll go... we'll just go TelePunk. And then we'll grab this assembly and add it. TelePunk. Now this glass and frame assembly, what we want to do is rotate this 45 degrees like that. Okay. And then in here, we don't need to see the joints of that one. Because they're all, it's all rigid. So everything's all just how it is. So this one though, we want to create a rigid joint on this object. The grounded joint is this thing. Although I don't know if we want that to be the grounded joint, actually, to be honest. This is exactly what I did last time, so let's see if this turns out any different, just with better links through everything. So glass and frame, and we're going to go tablet base. Okay, so with tablet base, we're going to bring in the back clamp, which is going to be our grounded thing, and the front clamp. All right, so for now we can turn off the glass and frame because we don't need it. What we do want with this tablet base thing is to arrange it so it makes sense. I don't know what I just Control Z'd. access violation. I'm a little scared when it says that, because that means the software has really lost the plot, and that scares me. Yeah, it's like, it's behaving weird. I don't like it. Whoa, okay. This is kind of scary. Gonna, I can't delete that. It doesn't exist. I had to do this before. I had to what if I just delete the whole thing? Oh, okay. This is where bugs are a little bit annoying. Because what I want to do, it's not even selecting that thing. It's like it doesn't exist. It's a broken something or other. So we're going to get out of here again. So the assembly workbench is kind of, seems a bit buggy. It's a shame. I really want to trust it. But I think we just start again. Yeah, so we got this weird unnamed thing, whatever the heck that is. This back clamp we need to get rid of. Front clamp. But see, now we've... Okay. So we've got glass and frame. That's still good. That still works. So in TelePunk here, we'll add a new assembly. And we're going to call this tablet mount. All right. And to tablet mount, we're going to add back clamp and post. And yes, we're going to have that grounded. And we're going to add the front clamp as well. Cool. Save. Now hold up. Hold up. I was in the wrong. Again, you've got to really make sure you're in the right object here that you're dealing with. Back clamp and post, yes. Front clamp. And see now, for some reason, that it's all aligned properly. Well, don't exactly understand why, but you know what? That's fine. We'll do that. Okay, now we'll save the file. Now we're going to create a joint between that and this. And it's going to be a slider joint. We're just going to go advanced offset. So offset 1 is going to be for the back clamp and post. So translation here, basically I actually kind of want it at the back wall. So Y it's going to be like, if we go like negative, we go like 80, 90, 85, 87 looks fine. And then what relation? Use center of mass. No, okay, so I'm looking at the wrong thing here. I actually do need this to be like... What's annoying is I can't... like drag the view around while I'm doing this. So yeah, we'll go 100. Z is going to be... Yeah, we'll go along the top of that, which is fine. Apply, and now we'll go to the front, and the front's fine. That's right slap bang in the center, so that's all good. Problem there. So let's adjust this offset even more. Now we're going to go rotation axis. We are going to want to rotate around the X axis 90 degrees. Okay. Now offset 2. We're going to want to rotate around the x-axis 90 degrees. So now it's in line. They're both in line with each other. Now the X is okay. The Y is problem. So we want 12, I think. I mean, we can have a look at what that actually means. Pretty sure that's right up against the wall, which is actually, I think that's what we want. Want it right. And then the Z is going to be 3. Right, and that's positioned that accurately. Then we go OK. We now have this sliding joint like this, constrained along the Z-axis there. So now we can set some minimums. So like the joint, slider joint here, we're going to go enable length min true. And the minimum length is going to be 1 millimeter. The length max is going to be 100 millimeters. So I think after doing that, we are constrained to drag things like this, which is exactly what we want, which is great. Cool. Save. Save regularly. Right, now we are going to move on. Have the glass and frame. So now what we want to do is make a joint between these two. Now, again, we want to be in the correct assembly to do this. We're going to choose the tablet mount, and we're going to use that as our grounded joint. Okay, so we don't have to link into anything else. We're using the whole assembly itself as a grounded joint. So now with the glass and frame, we can actually position this how we like. So We just want this roughly in the right place, just to make our life a little bit easier. Okay. Now it is roughly in the right place. We can look at building up our joint for it. So basically we're going to have the tablet mount first, and we're going to have the glass and frame second, and this is going to be a slider joint between these two. The relationship of movement between these two assemblies is a slider. So actually, I didn't need to move that at all, did I? Because go advanced offsets. Okay, so the first offset we need to define is this, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to arrange it at the highest it can go. So we're going to go 100 and 5 x. Hard to tell what it's measuring along, so let's just go 115 negative. Z. I'm gonna have to change this pretty soon. So the rotation around the Z axis is going to be 180 degrees. Now that's screwed all that up, so we actually just go for that. Well, let's see where we're at, because this is a bit confusing. Okay. Now we're okay. We're on a top view. You know, sometimes I think that it might actually be easier to do this. So this is positioning. I'm just going to say okay here, and I'm going to hide the glass and frame. I'm going to show this joint, and joint connects to 1, so I'm going to adjust the offset of this manually. I get it right, because it's easier to do it this way. .4. Go to the top, and Y is going to be 103.6. And Z is correct, X is correct, it should be right in the middle. Is cool. Now angle actually doesn't need to be 180 degrees. I think that can actually be 0. Offset 1. Okay, so that's great. So that's fixed. That's the fixed reference for this. Now the glass and frame is based on this. Now what I would love to do is I would love to I think this is where we need to detach. So what this means is the placement, we can place this little axis object where we need to, and then the offset is how it's related to the to joint 1. Yeah. So we're going to go true. And placement, we are going to go along the x-axis. And we're going to go 229 divided by 2. That's exactly half along the glass. Right. I can already see that is pretty well correct. And then, now that's not the end of that, because we want to have this pointing along the along the slide there. So we've got Z, but we actually want to make that X, and we want to make it negative 45, no, positive 45. Okay, like that. Correct. Now we put the offset 1 for the base on the very sort of inside edge of the slidey bit. So we want this right on the face of the slidey bit. So basically that's going to move it along. This is where it gets tricky. So maybe I shouldn't do this, and maybe I should do the rotation last. I feel like that is the key. And I feel like this is getting in my way as well. So maybe I just zero these off again. Yeah, we start this way. So position Y. Neg 5. Neg 3. That's it. Negative 3, and then we can bring it down Z by negative 3.6 right onto the corner. Yeah. Great. Now, thing is changing the angle now going to screw everything up? No, it's not. Which is beautiful. Well, that's very cool. And now we do this. This is aligned exactly right. So what? Oh, you know what? It's not though. Bloody backwards, ain't it? Screwed up. Okay, let's go. 0. Okay, maybe I could change that with the offset, you know? That makes sense. We'll just go 45 here. Okay, and now with the offset, I can play around. So I can go around the XYZ axis, I can go 180 degrees. And that did nothing. Maybe it's got to be the Y-axis. Strange. The position should change something, right? No? Huh. Maybe you have to reattach it. Okay, I'm just gonna save this real quick, and I'm gonna redo this. And now if I go into offset, yeah, see, it screws it up. Let's try this again. So what I want to be able to do, pretty weird. I just put that on 0 and it did nothing. Glass and frame. See, it doesn't do a thing. Do anything. Cool. So show advanced offsets. Let's go number 2. We're going to go 180 degrees around the Z-axis and apply. Nothing happens. What if I just type in 1 here and go apply? So boiler around Z-axis 180. Nothing changes. Kind of weird. Kind of weird, man. We got 180 degrees. So I can see that has turned around, but it hasn't actually like changed the position of the thing at all. And doing this is not doing anything either. Well, it does after you click out of it. Yeah. Weird, man. When is 180 degrees not 180 degrees? Bloody strange, isn't it? I think that's a bug. I think that's another bug we found here. So if I go plus minus 179, 180, alright, so if I put this to 0, go like that. What the heck, man? That's so frustratingly annoying. What about, okay. What if we go -1? Maybe that'll work. Be shitting me, man. This is so frustrating. Come on, man. Just give me some love here. Give me something. Anything. What are we missing? What are we missing? Do I have to make it again? Do I have to build it again? Look, it's all screwed up now. We recompute, nothing happens. I wonder if I quit and restart. I wonder if it's bugged out. It was just this weird. Be weird. We go 50, it's still working. We go nearly to 90, it's still working. We go to 89. We go to 91. 94. It's working. He's working. 100. I don't want to type in a number because it's going to screw it up. I might actually get it working doing it this way. Boom, 180 degrees. What the heck, man? It's so strange. Okay, now what is kind of annoying is that means that this is now actually in the wrong place, because where I actually want it is here. So I'm gonna have to work that out. That's okay. At least we got things moving again. No idea. Freaking idea. I have it. Right. Get rid of this tablet mount for a second just so we can see what we're doing. Back into here, we will go Z. -7. We'll push out X. Another one. Now, I don't think we're going to get this exact. I don't know if I want this. This -7.5. 4. 5. 4, 2. Yeah, so it's like some crazy math going on here. We don't need to work it out that accurately. And Y is going to be like 7.9, 0.8, 7.8, 5, 6, 7.9. 7.9 it is. Right. Now we turn this thing back on. And we should be able to now rotate. Rotate this around the x-axis. We're going to go 1, 0. And we're going to go 45. Alright, and that warrants a save. now this glass and frame, the slider joint should work if we're in the assembly. And it kind of does. It does work. Groovy, man. Then this works too. But if we're in here, yeah. Okay, so that slider joint works. This one doesn't seem to work while you've got the other one selected. Okay. Right, so what we need now is to go in here and work out the distances. So like we want the enable length min to true, and we want like 1 millimeter. And we want enable length max to true, and we want that like 80. Yep. Okay. That's minimum and maximum. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfecto. Right? Good. Good. Save. Good place to save. What's cool, like the one thing I like about Fusion, and okay, going back to Fusion again, but the thing I do like about Fusion is that it doesn't matter what you're in, you can actually just play around. You can actually just manipulate the joints as you wish without having to click into the assembly. Okay. All right, well, I'm pretty happy with that. What I do need to do, however, is there is no gap here. And I want a tiny gap because in real life, that's actually going to be screwed tight. But maybe... This is why we save. So, well, funny thing is, I have got this detached, so clicking, you know, if I go true, changing the offset shouldn't update the placement. But it does. Strange. Maybe what I could do is change the offset of the first one here. We can go like 100. What the heck, man? I don't think it likes being adjusted around 2 angles. I think that's part of the problem. Okay, this looks a lot better because they're actually aligned with each other, which does make sense. That's how they should be. But now I should be able to do that offset okay. Oh, which it looks like it's kind of already done. I don't know if that's how I wanted to do it. I don't know if I want the offset on... Let's see if we can do it. I don't know. Maybe this isn't worth the fight that I'm putting up. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. So 0.2 millimeters. We'll just go for, oh no, we'll go 0.2 mil. We'll give it a bit of slack. Okay. That's good. That's fine. Job done. Job done. Groovy, baby. Alright, let's do something fun now. This assembly has a little bit depressed. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't mind to transform this just in like yeah. Okay, that looks kind of nice. That's just relative. Right, so a glass holder. I think here what I want is like a... Go back into the part design workbench. Create another part. The wrong thing, aren't I? I'm in the wrong thing, aren't I? Turn that off. Let's select the correct glass frame and mount. Okay, so this isn't actually what I want. What I want is another part. So, and with this part, we're going to call this part. We're going to call this part the light box. And in the light box, we're going to have another body, and we're going to call this a side. we're going to call it side. And this is just going to be, this isn't going to take into account the fabric. This is just going to be the I need to go to bed. This is just going to be the like cardboard or whatever the heck it is that I'm going to use. So we'll create a sketch on the YZ plane. And the sketch is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be a triangle. Which goes out at 45 degrees for about 300 mil for now. Out there. Cross. Down. That's it. But we do need to constrain this. So the angle is going to be 45. The length here is going to be the length of one of the sides of the assembly. So we just put 30 for now and we'll close it out and we'll figure out what that side is. It is going to be this length. Yeah. Which is 186.2. Perfect. Now, it is going to be 186.2 because there is actually going to be fabric that comes off here. There's a bit of Velcro. So this is the exact size that we need. And so with that, we can simply do a pad, excuse me, we can simply do a pad out of whatever thickness sort of cardboard that I'm looking at, which looks to be about 0.8 mil, maybe. A bit more than that, that's like 1.2. Okay, we'll go 1.2. Because maybe it won't be cardboard, maybe I'll upgrade. Use plastic or something. Figure it out. Cool. Alright, light box back in here again. We're going to add another body and we're going to call this body the top. Now the top is going to be a kind of tricky one to calculate because what we need is the distance. Maybe we could use we could kind of use the assembly for that. Actually, could do a bit of a measurement. So we could go from here to here, which is a total length of 20 millimeters. That is a complete and utter lie. Don't believe it. What are you on about, man? There's got to be a way to measure. Like, is there like a tape measure tool or something like that? Measure. Mode auto. Mode. Length. Yeah, I want the distance between two things, please. Distance. There we go. X 236.1. 236.1. 236.1. See, this is how often I have to remind myself. Why don't I just go to calculator? 236. 236.1. Okay, now unburden my brain from that knowledge. Now top. Basically for the top, I'm just going to create a box. Okay. The box is not going to be a fancy box. It's going to be 1.2 mil high. It is going to be 236.1 long. And it is going to be as long as that is. Stop selecting stuff. I'm just going to click OK. I don't know what happened there. $131.66. You see, blimmin' Pythagoras making numbers difficult. 131.66. All right, now this box. We want to have it attached to the XY plane. So we are actually going to offset that by that same amount. $131.66. In Z direction, 131.66. Not 131,000. That should be sitting snugly on top of there. And the width is going to be 131. What? What? Stop it. What? Oh. 1. What? Let me use freaking numbers, please. Okay, I got something stuck here. I don't know what the hell's going on. My number lock busted. Okay, now it's working. Weird. 100. Oh my gosh. This is infuriating. Clear. Don't know what's happening. Okay, so the issue there was that I actually had a formula. Okay. So, we now have that as well, and that sits very snugly on there. So I can see we can have like a wraparound bit of Velcro there. Now the back. This is what I'm not sure about. I think we give it like my largest lens here. And you wouldn't really use I say it's my largest lens. That's definitely not the largest lens you'll come across, but it's like tapers out quite a bit. And you wouldn't use like generally a glare shield. So that's 72. So I reckon 80. Maybe a bit more. Maybe even 100. 80. I think. Back. Okay. So here we're going to add a primitive as well. What? Oh. I always do that. They look too similar. So width is going to be the same as that one. Height is going to be 131.66. Length is going to be 1.2. No, it's not. Width is going to be. In fact, yeah, no, that works. All right, now we've got an idea here. We want to find out how long that is, which is 236.10. $236.10 minus 1.2, which is 234.9. Ooh. And now on this one, we want to make a hole with the selected sketch. I don't have a sketch. So we're going to do a subtractive cylinder instead. And that subtractive cylinder is going... See, I still don't like using faces. I'm just so paranoid that I'm going to get that wrong. So what we're going to do, yeah, we've got X, Z plane, which is good. I like that. And then we're going to go radius. We said 80. No, radius 40, sorry. Height of 10 is fine. And now attachment offset is going to be exactly half of that, which was 236.1 divided by 2. So along the x-axis, 236.1 divided by 2. And then in the Y direction, sorry, Z direction, Y direction, in relation to this, we are going to be up 136. No. Do is actually get some solid numbers. 131.66. This is 131.66 divided by 2. Cool. Alright, now it's not actually cutting through anything yet because we have to move it that way. Do that. And now we have ourselves a beautiful hole. It could be... Yeah, alright. That's good. Now this is going to be really dark. Like this is going to be black, light absorbing cloth. Banter black. Not quite. I wish. Hey, now that's trippy. Can you tell which... Whoa. Oh, that's horrible. I hate looking. Okay. That's isometric rendering for you instead of perspective. Pretty sure. Are we even on isometric? Orthographic, sorry. So if I go perspective view, here we go. See that now? You're not getting confused with that, are you? Confused with that? Always going to look right, isn't it? Going to look right, but so wrong as well. We need orthographic. Thank you very much. We're ad artists around this place. Okay, so good. We've got this. We've got these light box parts sorted. So this is just rough because I mean these are going to be covered in fabric and there's going to need to be room for joints and stuff, but it actually doesn't matter that much. The sides need to be the correct size, but it doesn't matter if these things are pushed around a little bit. It'll all come out in the wash. In this case. I want to be able to move this. But apparently I can't. Screw me, I guess. Being very rude to the developers of wonderful software. The amount of crap this software has enabled me to do that I would not be able to do if it didn't exist is insane. Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so I mean the next thing that we need to do is the camera mount. And that is using the 15mm tubes to connect this front matter to the back here. So I reckon what we could do is create another assembly. And we'll call this assembly the, what do we call it? Like the matte box. I guess so. Kind of makes sense. What it is. So we're going to go light box. No, I'm not going to do that. In fact, I want to go back out and try this again. I do this every single freaking time. I think I want... What do I want as grounded? The back would make sense to be grounded. Or the top. Because the top interfaces between the back and this, the glass. I kind of like the top being grounded, actually. That's kind of good. And then we're going to insert two sides and a back. Okay. And now we can go and position everything. Turn off the light box. It's part itself. And we can start to arrange. This is basically going to be a self-contained unit. It's going to sit just... Yeah, it's just going to sit like... Velcro to the frame. So it's not actually going to be attached in any significant way. It doesn't need to be. Nice and simple this way. Not sure I'm getting much luck here with positioning. Placement. I mean, I think this is where we go 0, 0, right? And then X, we go 0 as well. Yeah, because that's how it was built. So we don't need any placement offsets. This one, side number 2, well, again, I mean, Z will be 0. Y will be 0. X this time will be like 236. 235.9. Oh. A little bit, you know, a little bit happy about that one. So minus 4.7. Another 1.2. Don't ask me how I know these numbers sometimes, because, you know. I'm zoning in. 0. Good. Perfect. Now, with any luck, the back, I should just be able to 0 out. Turns out luck is on my side. Bloody beautiful. Bloody beautiful, mate. Bloody fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. She's a thing of beauty. Yeah. Cool. Good. Good, 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 good. Alright. Grand. You know, it makes me think. Which hurts? Nah, I don't want to overcomplicate it right now. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Do I even mention what I was going to say? Actually, the closer you can get the lens to the glass, the better. So in some cases, like, you don't want the lens here, like on this circle. You want to actually push it into the matte box. So like the front of the lens is almost touching the glass. That's a better way to do it. So you actually push the lens through here. So with the Osmo Mobile, this is going to be a bit tricky because it's such a wide angle lens. I think we're going to have to pretty much zoom into 2x. They've got this 40mm mode, which is really good. And I think with the Osmo, we're going to have to use that. So I'm going to have to do a bit of testing with it. Otherwise, if it's too wide, you end up seeing the camera picks up the tablet. But that's also another advantage of having a higher matte box, like having the matte box further away from the tablet. So it's lowered down in regards to the camera lens. So the bigger the tablet, the better almost, because it gets the matte box further away. Yeah. Okay, what's the time? Jeez, 11:20. Jeez. All right. So really what I want to do now is create another joint between the matte box and the glass and frame. So to do that, I'm going to actually choose the glass and frame and then put the matte box on that. So we're going to do that. We're going to go TelePunk assembly. We're going to choose the glass and frame, then the matte box, and we are going to do a I think this is just going to be a rigid, a fixed joint between the two. Oof. The heck? Cancel that. Crikey. Glass and frame matte box. Fixed joint. Okay. All right, now we've done that. I think we can. We don't want to fart around with joint connector 1. It's joint connector 2 that we want to rotate around the x-axis. So we're going to go 1, 0, and -45. Yep. Now the position, Z, we're going to reduce. Actually, Y. Does make me think though that this top should actually be inside that. Yeah, I think that is a mistake. Yeah, so there'll be little flaps there to Velcro on. And then we've got the camera here. If we go into perspective view, like this is interesting because you can almost see, like, I don't know what lens we've got going on here. Is there a way we can change what our perspective view actually is? (3D view). Perspective. Eye to eye distance for stereo modes. Advanced. (3D navigation). Camera zoom 100 millimeters. Really? 100 mil? Serious? Yeah. Alright. You know, I mean, maybe then. Maybe I should look at maybe the camera. Because that's not actually in the middle of the glass, is it? The center of the lens is actually up higher. So what we should do is lower down. We should have this hole as almost as low as possible, actually, to be honest. I'm starting to remember a few of the things I learned the last time I built one of these. I mean, definitely not insurmountable, but there's these little things that I remember I learned that just aren't quite as obvious as you think. I mean, yeah, sure, this is right in the center axis of this, but according to the glass, you're actually up the top, so it's kind of weird, like the angle. If you're down further, you've actually got like more clearance from the top of the matte box in terms of the viewing angle out of the camera. So with the cylinder here, we've got the Z direction, Y direction. Yeah. So like if we went down to say 45, it's just going to give us a 5 mil buffer at the bottom. You do want a little bit of space for the front of the lens, so maybe if I just go maybe if I just go 40. Wait, 50. Like that, you see. And then if we go and turn on the assembly, turn this off, we can see the difference here, that the center axis of this now actually runs. The center axis of that now actually does run pretty much halfway up the glass. It's kind of weird, but it works. I could do a proper measurement there and actually work it out. Not sure if it's worth it though. But I think that's necessary. I think we have to do that. Okay, so we'll bring the matte box over. We'll adjust this fixed joint here. Along the X, we'll just bring it back 3.5, like so. Why is that not exactly right? Have I moved some? I have. I've moved something. Side wall. Now we can fix that. It's all good. We'll go back into Lightbox here. Oh, hang on. That's actually going to be in the assembly. In the matte box. But this side 2 here needs to move out position by point. No, what more? Yeah. By like, I don't know, what if we just do 235? 234.8. There's probably that 0.2 mil clearance that I usually give things. No? 9? Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know where that size is coming from. But that's okay. So what I'm going to do preemptively, going to adjust this top, the position of that. I'm going to bring it, maybe not, because it's actually a 0, 0, 0, so that's quite nice. But if I go in there and edit the thing itself, and we do an attachment offset, so we do the position here. We go Z. We're going to bring it down 1.2. So that is going to be 130.46. That is going to be 130.46. Did that even change anything? Okay. I don't always get when you have to manually recalculate things, but all good. Oh, excuse me. All right, so now I think we're going to push it over by 1.2. And again, recalculate, because apparently we need to. And along the y-axis, we're going to go 1.2 as well. And recalculate. Okay, so now we need to adjust all these dimensions by 1.2. So the width here is going to be 130.46. And the length is actually going to be minus 2.4. So we're going to go 234.10, 233.7. And recalculate. Boom, we're done. Good as gold. Perf. Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, so I can see another problem here. I'm going to need to fillet these edges of the light box. So, we can turn off TelePunk there. Yeah, I'll be able to do this. I mean, maybe I could 3D print these, you know? Hype. Let's just go 1.2. Man, not done. 1.19. Fine then. I don't know why it doesn't let you do exactly. No biggie. Snow biggie. I'm a little confused at why this one is hanging out the bottom there. Oh, it's, yeah, okay. It's not actually. I can see it poking out. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a fillet from the active body. What it was. The active body, thank you very much. Top, oh no, back. Okay. We'll go to there and we'll add in a fillet. I swear 1.19. I don't know why I'm not allowed to do 2. It just seems kind of strange. Draft on. What 2? It's weird, huh? Not done. And now it does. Use all edges. Strange. What am I missing, eh? Equal distance. 1.9. 1.9? Am I not done? What, you mad? Oh, 1 point. Hang on. 1 point. 1.2. Use all edges. Huh, it's kind of weird. I wonder if we go distance and angle. Beats me. We go 1.2. Doesn't let you do it exactly. Strange, huh? Equal distance. 1.9. Sorry, 1.19. Okay. I think that's as close as I'm going to get. But now I'm not sure why it's not doing it exactly, but we must move on. That's great. That is fantastic. That is perfect. I do feel like I do hope that this is all strong enough here. I think so. I mean, the glass is heavy, but I think if I do this smartly enough, where I could make the matte box take some of the load. I don't really want to though. Like, I would love this to be like strong enough. I could put some reinforcement in this. Like, I could put a metal bar. This is where metal could actually like kind of save, because this is going to be heavy on a 45-degree angle like that. It is gonna want to sort of lean forwards. Anyway, there we go. All right, TelePunk is coming along. We're going to save it there, and I'm going to end the stream there. So yeah. Oh, I've got to edit these together sometime soon, otherwise it's just going to get an insurmountable task. I'll leave it too long. But I really do want something to actually have a conclusion. All right. See you later.